Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm Gamesplaining Valley of the Kings. In the Valley of Kings, you will win by entombing, that means putting underneath this card, the most points. You will get points depending on how many of each individual type of thing that you have entombed. So, for example, there are 5 types of this card available in the deck that will come through. Each card has 2 types or 2 versions of itself available. As they come through, only one version of each type of card will get scored. There are also these purple cards, which have a one-off score on the bottom. So you'll get that score for every purple card you have in your tomb at the end of the game. And these cards, your starting cards, you'll have 1 point for each of these starting cards in your tomb at the end of the game also. The other thing that each card will show you is how many of them are available. So there's 5 of the ones with that surround available. There's 7 of the ones with the blue surround available. Notice there's a second one that's a different type. So you can have both of those in your tomb at the same time and they will go together. There are 6 of the green ones available and there are 8 of the ones at the top that are available. What that number is telling you, or the number available, tells you how many of those cards maximum you'll be able to get into any set collection that you happen to be going after in your tomb. Anything in your hand at the end of the game is not scored, so make sure you get stuff into your tomb. The problem comes with the writing on the card. You could play, so your choice is to entomb a card. You can only do 1 of them per turn. You can use your cards to play for the writing on the card. So in this case, each player may draw up to 3 cards without shuffling their discard pile to create a new deck. So every player is going to benefit from this card being played, but so are you. You may be able to get to a point where you have a lot of cards available in your draw pile and no one else has any cards available in their draw pile, at which point this is probably worthwhile playing for the extra 3 cards. Or the third thing you can do is you can use the 2 money that is assigned to this card, add it on to however many money you have left in your hand with the other card, to purchase cards from the bottom row of the pyramid. You can purchase as many cards as you like in your own turn. If you don't purchase any cards, then you choose one of the cards in the pyramid to go to the discard pile. Once you have used all 5 of your cards, or even if you don't wish to use all 5 of your cards, they will go into a pile. Just say that's now your discard pile, and you'll draw yourself 5 new cards from the deck for your next turn, and it's the next player's turn. The starting cards, these are the cards that everyone starts with, are as follows. This card, if played for the ability, so every one of the cards has the purchase power of 1, so you'll have a purchase power of 5 total in your starting hand. So you'll be able to purchase any of the cards in the pyramid because they all have a value, purchase value of 4 or 5. So that's the number in the top right hand corner. So you can either use your hand to purchase the deck or purchase a card from the pyramid, or if you have enough of the value in your hand, you can purchase 2 or even 3 cards from the base part of the pyramid. You can't purchase those 3 unless you have a card that specifically says to. Other than purchasing cards in the pyramid, what you can use them for is they're writing down the bottom part of the card, so the action on it. So the actions that everyone has is the kite, which is turn a card in the pyramid face down. It cannot be bought or taken as long as it's face down, and then it'll turn back face up on your turn. So I could go, I really want to purchase that, but I can't afford to at the moment. So I'll turn that one face down, and so that was that one, and then I'll use the other 4 ones to purchase one of these 2 cards to get that into my deck, and then on the next turn, when it comes back to my turn again, I will be able to turn that card face up. The embalmer has an or. Notice the or on that. So you're either going to sacrifice a card in the pyramid or in your hand. Sacrifice is this deck just here. That area is called the Boneyard, and some actions will allow you to grab cards out of the Boneyard, but most of the time cards are thrown into the Boneyard to get rid of them from the deck altogether. You start with 1 card in the Boneyard, by the way. So either you're sacrificing a card from your hand or from the pyramid into the Boneyard, or you're refilling the pyramid. So if you, for example, have bought that one and you really want to buy that one, you could use that action to move those cards down and refill the top card and then keep buying. Otherwise, that would not happen until the end of the turn. So therefore, you're kind of releasing these cards here for other players to purchase when you move them down. This one allows you to buy a card from anywhere in the pyramid. That is important because I could use that card instead of using it for the one. I could use that skill to purchase this card if I wish to, or either of these two cards, rather than purchasing the bottom cards. Or I could discard a card and draw a card. So I could throw that guy down, throw out another one, and draw another one to replace that one that I just threw out. And the last starting card is this guy, the Magi. You discard the Magi, that's to this pile, to prevent an opponent's action from affecting you. So if you've got him in your hand and your opponent plays something that will affect you, that will cause you to have to discard extra cards or to get rid of, usually to get rid of cards, but anything, you can use this card, throw that down, and that'll prevent that from happening. Or you can sacrifice this guy to discard 4 cards and take a card. So sacrificing your Magi is, remember, putting it on the Boneyard, and that allows you to then discard 4 cards. So 4 cards from your hand, the other 4 cards from your hand probably, and then just take 1 card. There is some value in that. There's not a value in being able to play stuff, but if you know what's on the top, you may wish to do that. That's the basics of the game. That's the start of the game. The game finishes when this deck and the pyramid runs out. Then all you do is add up everything that's in the tomb. Anything that's in your hand doesn't count for anything. It's only stuff that's in your tomb that counts. And so it's basically a set collection idea within the tomb of, if I have 1 of these, it's only going to be worth 1 point. If I've got 2 of these, so 2 of the same colour, they'll be worth 4 points. If I've got 3 of the same colour, they'll be worth 9 points, etc. And obviously I said before, the number in brackets tells you how many are available of that type. And then add on any of the starting hand that you've started with, which is 1 point each, and any of these purple cards that you've added as well, which are worth points as well. You can only put into the tomb 1 card at a time on your turn, unless you have a card that says otherwise, so you need to play that card to here and then move the card across. You'll need to choose, and this really is the game, you'll need to choose when to play the cards for their action on the bottom, when to play them for their value, so you can purchase higher valued cards, and when to place them into the tomb. Okay, I'll leave it there. Go on and watch my other video to see a playthrough of the game. I hope this helps you with Valley of the Kings. All 3 of the versions play the same as I spoke about in the introduction. I hope this helps you get Valley of the Kings to the table. If you have any comments or suggestions, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.